Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tack Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're checking out Popular Mechanics February 1982, and we're all with a retrofuturism. Gold vast prizes for high-tech divers. There be gold in the bottom of the sea. I love that retrofuturism. I'm sorry, I gotta scroll in and take a close look at all this stuff. Man, the artists were fine. I bet the advertisers brought that funky coat out just for this one shot. I don't think this cowboy would actually wear that top and that hat because it would probably be more colored towards, yeah, like that. Oh my, yeah, see, dirt. That's what dirt looks like. Sorry, I like to bust the chops of the advertisers who just don't seem like they've ever seen real dirt. Okay, maybe I'm nuts, but it kind of looks like they power washed these doors here before anyone took a shot of it, and that's why the paint is different here than in here. It almost seems like some advertisers try to pull the idea of dirt from anything, but it's just dirt. Dirt don't hurt, right? What do fireplaces have to do with with what? Do they make it in the fire? I don't know, but I love the advertisements. I figure it's worth keeping, so it's worth genuine GM parts. Does anybody even care these days? Because legitimately, the GM parts aren't always made by GM. I want a ride-on lawnmower before I pass. I have to get one. Maybe in my 50s. I'm in my 40s right now, but the lawn just isn't big enough, and the family's just got so many little flower beds and crap around. It's just so hard to maneuver. All of the old dream idea cars are wonderful. Oh, I love it. Check this out, guys. Check this out. I hope I'm not being too much today, but look at this. I love these old, a lot of us techs love these old lights that have each number lighting up differently, and they're stacked one upon the other. It's just so cool. It's bleeding edge cool. Let's just act like I spent the next 30 minutes talking about how cool this is, because I don't want to waste your time. I had that VCR. This was the first VCR I ever had, and I felt so rich. I think I had it in 1999 or 98, and it didn't work too well. But hey, I guess since it's from 82, and it's a top loader, it was so cool just to have a top loader. Now, when I had that, it was considered a big deal to have a television in your room and a VCR. These days, you don't need a television and a VCR. If you had a TV and a DVD player, odds are kids wouldn't even watch it. They'd be on their tablet, on their iPad. I don't know about other kids, but every now and then I think I should trade my kids, or at least lend them to the Mennonites to make them appreciate what they have. Aw, it's a car having a baby car. Haha, I'm smoking a cigarette and this is important. And pause. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay. So you got your pistons. That's the camshaft. So this is a manual transmission, right? Right battery. Wait, there's two batteries. Oh, I guess if you winterproof and it's good to have two batteries, but geez, that seems like you'd waste a lot of fuel carrying two batteries around. But then again, if you're in a big truck in the 80s, they still haven't really got to the aluminum yet, so that thing's going to be heavy to begin with, right? Holy frick, a heater plug? There's so much going on under the hood I don't know about. Oh, yeah, I want a pickup truck. It's interesting how the Pink Panther went from being a movie to a cartoon and then a installation. To this day, Pink Panther is installation. It's interesting how it started off as a movie, and while it was on the shelves, I remember as a kid thinking, hey, it's a cartoon, and then looking at the back and be like, oh, dirty pool, mister. Just imagine if there was a time when these trucks were associated with a good time and not mayhem, not free candy. In the Navy, see lots of seamen. Be a draftsman now, before SolidWorks and AutoCAD become a thing. What's going on in this image? What's... TDK gives you an electrical aura? Is he taking over her soul? I want to suck your aura. I'm the psychic vampire. Okay, so I'm definitely sexist. Anytime I see a woman near a motor or a death trap, I mean a submarine, my heart's like, no, get out of there, get out of there. I mean, like, yeah, they can labor like the rest of us and get into trouble like the rest of us, but no, just no, that's not funny. Get them out of there. Meanwhile, any woman would probably drive that thing better than I ever could. I keep forgetting Lamborghini is Italian. I keep thinking that Lamborghini is American because in the 90s, man, if me and my brother, we had those dinky cars, we always wanted a Lamborghini. Oh, look, it has a mustache. Ah, filthy European imports. I'm all about the American and the Asian. If I want to get some mud on the tires, I'm going to get American. If I want it to last, I'll get Asian. Depending. There is so much to old technology that I will never need to know, but it is legitimately fascinating. Popular Mechanics toughest tests of 5 new hi-fi cartridges. Cartridges. I guess that's what they call the thing at the end of the pokerator. I would not want to have to replace those. Every time anyone ever said, oh yeah, it's fine, and that arm was broken, I was just like, nah, it's actually, no one's ever going to fix it. Like, you can fix it, but this seems like one of those things that'll get on the pile of things that'll never actually get fixed. Pickering's V15. It's interesting. It has that brush there, huh? Yeah, lots of brushies. Brushy. That's interesting. I never actually seen any with brushes. I've seen some of these things, though. Well, I've seen these two, not that one. Huh. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. Angel in the centerfold. Yeah. The diving bell. Diving vessels low enough that you can go and get the treasure. Look, Terrence, there's treasure in there. We'd best go get the treasure, eh, Terrence? I think it's impossible to have a boat in Popular Mechanics without a woman on it, and I have no problem with that. Sometimes the family doesn't get along all that well. In those cases, you got 2 seats on very different ends of the boats. Thank you very much. They're still building them with wood. They sure are, and rich people will pay a lot of money to have stuff like this. Look at those judgmental eyes. I'm going to kill you, my dear. Mom's being weird again. It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose. And then we take a second to appreciate the cabinetry. I can't express, I have to stop at these every time I see them. I can't express how nice it is in order to have just a sheet that says everything. Oh no, that's a woman in the kitchen doing something for a man in another room. Clearly this is spousal abuse. Women should never do things for... I'm sorry guys, I'm getting over a divorce and I am just so sick of some of the stuff I'm hearing. So my ex used to make me a sandwich every day for work and it was a beautiful thing. And there was even a time when I felt like that was my last sandwich and I'd never have another one after that. And these days, people tell me the fact that my ex was making me a sandwich every day for work, she was a stay-at-home mom, that is abusive, and I was controlling, and a lot of other hurtful things that just fly off the tongue that women seem to be able to say without any remorse or any recourse, because as the clinical psychologists say, men can't argue with women. Women have to argue with women, but unfortunately, as we're seeing as we go through life, is women, at least women my age, will verify and validate anything any woman says, as will any man that they meet at work. I legitimately heard a woman talking about sleeping with her boss and being mad that her boss hasn't left his family to be with her. And the other woman's like, oh, it's the universe. And then we get into the pseudo-religion of the universe, doing things to help white women. I'm sorry, I'm getting too far off. Let's think about practical things. Oh man, nothing says alcoholism like Jack Daniels denim. Oh, I love it. I love it. Man, if you're a woman, your boobs would hang right out on that. I love it. Oh, check that out. A camera in the side of a drone. I frickin' love it. And take pictures of battleships. Legit, I would never want to mess with the Americans, particularly with their ships. Have you ever heard what happens if you touch the American ships? It's not good. They lose their minds. I would definitely not want to have a little tiny looking plane with a camera flying around one of those. I feel like I'd be taken out by a low orbit EMP. Ion cannon. Sorry, low orbit ion cannon. Oh, be your own boss. Okay, so I want one of those because it'd be fun to drive around on, but could you imagine someone buying one of those just to be their own boss? I think everyone would laugh at them a little bit. I mean, it's interesting that they just put a light on a ball joint, and I keep seeing this advertised. And they got some magnet on here. Only $29.95. Geez, that's a lot of money these days. I guess this is the precursor to the Rascal. There we go, we fit the back and we found my favorite jet engine right next to the easy to build it yourself, a helicopter. A few people have gotten hurt from that. I hope one day to make a story about all of them that I can find. I have never seen a twig that flammable before. Good job, Joe. That's it for me, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, 1982, a simpler time, a better time that I wish we could go back to sometimes. Have a good one, folks. Take care of each other, will you?